Hello, everybody, and welcome to Haiku Talk. I'm your host, Ben Ga, your friendly neighborhood haiku poet, and today we're going to be taking a look at another winter poem from Kelly Sargent from the current issue of The Heron's Nest. It's a one-liner, and the first two words of the poem are frozen stream. So with that said, you know what time it is. Time to sit back, relax, grab yourself a tasty beverage, and let's haiku. Welcome back, everybody. It's good to be with you for another episode of Haiku Talk, and I'm really liking this piece by Kelly Sargent. Let's just get right into it, shall we? Again, this comes from the current issue of The Heron's Nest, and the piece goes like this. Frozen stream, this desire to be stilled. Frozen stream, this desire to be stilled. Wow, this one really hits me, and just because this notion of what is it? Desire to be still. You're standing in front of a frozen stream, and you have this desire inside you to be still. You see that stream, it's iced over, it's quiet, it's still moving underneath, but it is subdued. And I just think about different times in my life where I've come to a similar point. You come to a precipice of sorts, and you want to feel this, this desire to be stilled. And that can be read in so many different ways, which is really nice. Like one, on a main level, it could just be my life is chaotic. My head is filled with noise, and I just want this quiet. I just want everything to quiet down. I just want everything to ice over, to freeze, to pause. I need a moment to breathe. I need a moment of stillness. I need to be stilled. Wow, I mean that's one reading I have here, and I think another one which can be even quite darker. Not to get dark, but it's wintertime and it's cold outside here in St. Louis anyway, and it, if you've ever been to a really dark space, a dark point in your life, and you're thinking some pretty horrific thoughts. Sometimes this desire to be stilled, to be, kind of just taken out, just end it, can be there, can call at you. And, that's no joke. That's no joke. And that's just another precipice where this poem takes me. Very, very powerful. Doesn't mean that it's going to that either thing is going to happen to you, that you will be stilled, that you will freeze over like a stream. And another way I think about it is just in a more pleasant, calm way of just want to be kind of one with the silence of a cold winter day, of a silent stream, of just being present and still in the moment and just quietly tuning in to the scene around you, which is also quiet, because the stream is noisy usually when it's filled with life, filled with activity and action. But it's that desire it is quiet. I also wish to be quiet, in a sort of more spiritual or, just in tune sense of being, sense of self, sense of placement in the world. And I think the key word for me in this poem is desire. Desire. It's a passionate word. It's one that comes not out of logic, not out of careful thinking, comes not out of anything other than that urge, a sense of urgency, a sense of longing, of love, of heat, of passion, of being ruled by your heart, by being ruled by something other than your brain. And that word that sits in the middle of frozen and stilled is just, kind of right dead in the middle of the poem. Right in the middle, fourth word of a, 3 lines to the front, before it, 3 words after it. Sorry, 3 words before, 3 words after. It's a powerful piece, and I'm sure as you read it before I got into the dialogue here, hopefully it took you somewhere specific. But this one just, really stands out as being very visceral and very, very charged for me. So I wanted to pick it. And I like that it's all on one line, again, kind of mimicking this motion of a stream and this motion of stillness. It's just one line. It's not broken up. It's just, it's that desire. It goes with frozen and stilled as a stream, as a sheet of ice. In that case, the form here really follows with the content. So let's break this up and show how it works. It does follow a fragment and phrase format. The first 2 words of frozen stream, are the fragment. And the phrase is this desire to be stilled. This desire to be stilled. Now, if you look at those things independently of one another, frozen stream, definitely an image, stands on its own. And then the phrase of this desire to be stilled is a very interesting phrase. I love the word choice. Again, the word desire, and the word desire to be stilled is it's not something you encounter very often. It's you usually want to be not stilled. Normally people want the reverse of that. They want to be freed. They want to be set loose. They want escape. They want something. This is a different desire. And you put those 2 things together, and that's where that's how the poem pops. That's the juxtaposition at work here. That's how the moment's created, and that's how the whole thing gets set ablaze in the frozen stream. Now, if you look at this if I break this up in a sense, I usually go line by line, but in a one-liner it gets a little bit trickier. So I'm going to do it in chunks. So the first chunk is going to be that fragment of frozen stream. Frozen stream. And this is the first thing you encounter. It is the fragment. It's the first whole entity all into itself. And it sets you in a place, engages your senses, and sets up a moment. All right, it's very, very great, and that's what you want your first lines to do. You want to pick, or first words in this case. You want to pique the reader's interest, get their imaginations engaged, put them someplace, get you focused on something specific. In some cases, that specific thing can be ambiguous, but it's still you want to set something in motion here. The next section I'm going to say is this desire. It's going to be this desire, which is really the next little bit of thing that I hook on when I'm reading this. So frozen stream, this desire. Wow. What a contrast between frozen stream and this desire. Again, because desire is a heat. It's a hot word. It's passion, as I was saying before. It's something that contrasts really starkly, usually, from something like a frozen stream, because you would think desire would be more like a raging stream, a flooding stream, a surging stream, something like that. But we have frozen stream, and then we have this desire to follow that. It's a nice contrast in colors, and man, you really feel like, oh, something's going on. And then we get to that final piece, which is to be stilled. To be stilled. And so you start frozen and you have this burning desire, and now to be stilled. And you're like, what does that mean? Oh my gosh, it just sits in my stomach. For a moment, I have to take pause and just be like, wow, where am I? What is this? Why would I have a desire to be stilled? And why would that trigger in me by coming at the precipice of a frozen stream? And that's where, those two pieces I talked about, or three things earlier that I talked about, come to me. I mean, I could layer upon this I could reiterate this and go cycle through this many times and come up with different scenarios of having a desire to be stilled and what that might mean, and when have I felt that before. And all of that just allows the poem to really sit with me a long time. And it's really powerful when, 7 words can do that. And that's what this form is, just continues to amaze me and continues to engage me and want to talk about it and write it and think about it and so on and so forth. And, as I get deeper and deeper into winter this season, this is a poem that's going to stick with me as the temperatures stay frozen. Where are my desires right now? What am I thinking about? Where is my headspace? Yeah, very well done. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Heron's Nest, for another great selection for your each issue is chef's kiss, as they say. And if you're not familiar with this journal or haven't checked it out, it's, the Heron's Nest comes out 4 times a year. It's a free online journal of just exquisite craftsmanship. I mean, it's so great. I'm happy, really thrilled to read each issue, always excited when I get picked up to be in the issue. And, this is just a great piece. And that does it for another episode of Haiku Talk. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. It's good to spend some time with you. Good to spend some time sharing haiku, and hope all is well in your world. YouTube things, give this a thumbs up if you've liked the episode. Think about subscribing if you haven't done so already. And if you like subscribed, click that little bell icon to be notified when new episodes arise. And if you feel compelled, leave a comment. Where did this poem take you? How do you come to a precipice like this of a frozen stream? And, and where do you, what is your desire to be stilled? Yeah, going to be thinking about this one for a while. Till next time, stay safe. Cheers, everybody.